Tune in to Sports 360 with Ahmed Hamad.
On the second day of the second cricket test between Australia and West Indies at St George and Grenada, Australia in their second innings were two for the loss of 2 wickets, and their lead is 45 runs with 8 wickets in hand. When the stumps were drawn for the day, Cameron Green with 6 and night watchman Nathan Lyon was batting on 2. Earlier, Sam Konstas was out without scoring and Usman Khwaja could only score 2 runs. Earlier on day 1, Australia were all out for 286 and West Indies starts their first inning on the second day. But their start was very poor as they lost their 3 wicket for just 64 runs on the board. The first wicket of opening batsman Craig Bradford, who was playing his 100th test match, and he was out in the second over of the bowling of Josh Hazlewood, caught and bowled without scoring, although he faced 8 deliveries but was out without scoring. Then the second wicket at 40. In the ninth over, Casey Carty departs after scoring 6 of 12 ball, and he was also caught and bowled by Pat Cummins. The third wicket fell at 64 in the 16th over, and John Campbell departs after scoring 40 of 52 balls, hitting 5 fours and 1 6 with a strike rate of 76.92, but he was caught by Mitchell Starc off the bowling of Beau Webster. The fourth wicket, yes, the partnership matters a lot in this test match. For the first wicket, only 7 runs. For the second wicket, 33 runs were scored. The third wicket partnership put on 24 runs. But the fourth wicket partnership, fourth and fifth, almost half century partnership, the fourth wicket partnership of 47 of 80 balls between Roston Chase and Brendan King. Roston Chase, the captain, scored 16 and Brendan King made 29 in that partnership. The rebuilding process that took West Indies scored to 111 in the 29th over when they lost their fourth wicket. Nelson on the board and West Indies lost their fourth wicket. The captain Roston Chase depart after scoring just 16 of 39 balls, hitting 1 4 and 1 6, and he was also legged before by Josh Hazlewood. Then the fifth wicket partnership put on 58 of 96 ball, Shai Hope and Brendan King. Shai Hope made 21 and Brendan King 35 in that partnership that took their total to 169 in the 45th over, and Shai Hope departs after scoring 21 of 51 balls, hitting 2 fours, and he was clean bowled by Pat Cummins. The sixth wicket, back-to-back 2 wickets at 169, and Brendan King was the sixth man to go, the highest scorer for West Indies in the first inning, scoring 75 of 108 balls, hitting 8 fours and 3 sixes with a strike rate of 70, and he was caught by wicketkeeper Alex Carey off the bowling of Nathan Lyon. The seventh wicket, yes, 5 runs later, Justin Greaves depart after scoring just 1, and the seventh wicket fell at 174 in the 48th over, and Justin Greaves was out, caught by Alex Carey off the bowling of right-arm off-spinner Nathan Lyon. The eighth wicket at 225, yes, the 8-wicket partnership also put on another half-century, 51 of 69 between Alzarri Joseph and Shamar Joseph. Alzarri Joseph made 23 and Shamar Joseph 22, which enabled West Indies to took their total to pass 200 runs. At 225, they lost their 8th wicket in the 60th over, and Alzarri Joseph was the 8th man to go, scoring 27 of 49 balls, hitting 1 4 and 2 sixes with a strike rate of 55. He was caught by Cameron Green off the bowling of Nathan Lyon. The ninth wicket at 237, and Shamar Joseph followed Alzarri Joseph and departs after scoring 29 of 41 balls, hitting 2 sixes with a strike rate of 71, but he was clean bowled by Mitchell Starc, while the 10th and final wicket fell at 253. Anderson Phillips was the last man to go in the 74th over, and he made 10 runs, and he was caught and bowled by part-time spinner Travis Head. So West Indies, in reply to Australia's first inning score of 286, were all out for 253, conceding a lead of 33 runs. They batted for 73.2 overs, and the highest scorer was Brendan King, who scored 75 and 40 by John Campbell. While down the order, Shamar Joseph 29 and Alzarri Joseph contributed with a crucial inning of 27. Looking at the Australian bowling attack: Mitchell Starc, 13 overs, 1 maiden, 48 runs and 1 wicket. Josh Hazlewood, 14 overs, 4 maiden, 43 runs and 2 wicket. Pat Cummins, 16 overs, 2 maiden, 46 runs and 2 wicket. Bill Webster, 10 overs, 4 maiden, 17 runs and 1 wicket. Nathan Lyon, 19 overs, 2 maiden, 75 runs and 3 wicket. While Travis Head, 1.2 overs, gave away 3 runs and captured 1 wicket. Taking 33 runs lead, Australia's second innings start was disastrous. They lost their first wicket without any run on the board, and the first man to go was Sam Konstas, out without scoring. He faced 4 deliveries and was clean bowled, played onto his stump on off the bowling of Jayden Seales. But the second wicket, the veteran Usman Khwaja, his poor form continues as he was trapped leg before, round the wicket by Jayden Seales. He made just 2 runs. At close of play, Cameron Green was unbeaten on 6, along with night watchman Nathan Lyon, who's batting on 2. Australia, at close of second day's play, batted for just 6 overs and scored 12 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. Jayden Seales, 3 overs, 1 maiden, 5 runs and 2 wicket. Shamar Joseph, 2 overs, 4 runs, no wicket. While Alzari Joseph, 1 over, 2 runs and no wicket. Jayden Seales' late strikes and Brendan King's 75 put Australia under pressure. Brendan King made a maiden test 50 as West Indies were bowled out for 253 before Jayden Seales claimed both Australian openers as the visitors hold a narrow 45 runs lead. A dramatic conclusion to the second day in Grenada put Australia under severe pressure as Jayden Seales removed both openers after West Indies had limited their deficit to 33. Australians bowler shared the success, but Brendan King's maiden test 50 and lower order resistance lifted West Indies before Australia's top order was put under the pump again. West Indies had extended their first inning to the point that Australia had an awkward 35 minutes before the close. Sam Konstas couldn't make it to the end of the first over. Looking to force through the offside from the back foot, playing away from his body, he dragged the ball into his stump to leave much for him to ponder ahead of the final test in Jamaica. It was tough against the new ball. The first ball Cameron Green faced reared at him and hit the shoulder of the bat as he tried to avoid it, but it landed short of slips. Then Usman Khwaja received one that scuttled from Shamar Joseph but wasn't straight. However, in Seals' next over, Khwaja was caught in the crease from around the wicket, a familiar line of attack that has troubled him and was plumb leg before. He also burned a review in desperation. What a breathless passage of play that was. Australia at times seems like a deer caught in the headlights, with the West Indian fast bowlers glaring, forcing them into mistake. Seals benefited on both occasions, first getting rid of Konstas and then trapping Usman Khwaja leg before. Green, alongside Lyon, held fourth thereafter. But given how the new ball was behaving, Australia might have their hands full tomorrow as well, especially for as long as the ball remains shiny and hard. West Indies will be delighted with the passage of play. Australia are effectively 45 for 2, and the hosts are in with a real chance of restricting the visitors to a small total. Lots of cricket to be played for that to happen, and several other possibilities to be taken into account, including how West Indies will chase down whatever they are set. But for now, they will return to their dressing room feeling they can give this a proper rattle tomorrow.
Keep on watching Sports 360 with Ahmed Hamad for latest news, views, and interviews of sports personalities from around the world.